because what they say, like Recep Tayyip Erdogan now, in response to the deal that has been offered to Ukraine, is significant and is picked over the world over. Right, we're going to spend a second now just picking through what this G7 deal means. We're going to speak to Kristine Berzina from the German Marshall Fund, a think tank. Great to see you. Thanks very much for coming on BBC News. So that G7 announcement, just to be clear, G7, 7 wealthy countries, they've got together. It's not NATO. It's happened on the sidelines here at this NATO summit. How do you sense its significance, its importance for Ukraine?
You're right that it's not Zelensky's big prize. The big prize is NATO membership, but this is a really meaty, really substantive package for Zelensky to go home with, to be proud to deliver to his people. Why is it important? First of all, we have long-term sustained defense support for Ukraine. There's a question, when will interest in supporting Ukraine dry up? Will suddenly the weapons deliveries stop from one day to the next, especially when you look at 2024 and concerns of the U.S. election? This is something that comes up repeatedly. By having a long-term guarantee of supplies of weapons, not the guarantee that there will be other soldiers on the ground, not that kind of guarantee, but a supply line in a long-term way is a real win for President Zelensky.
There are challenges. It is a real win for Ukraine, but we've heard here at this summit that there are challenges within individual NATO countries, within G7 countries, to get their own supplies up and running. You know, these are countries that haven't been used to producing large amounts of ammunition or whatever it is for a long time. Is there a danger there's an extra commitment now and actually we may find we're not delivering?
Oh, I think there's a lot of worry about how much ammunition there might be, about how to increase production. But a reason that there's a worry about this is because you have a lot of industrial actors saying, well, if this war wraps up in a year, why do we need to produce anything? Why do we need to create new supply lines? So if there's already a guarantee for a big market in Ukraine, but across all of the allies, if there will be high defense spending, that will also churn the industrial engine and make sure that there are weapons and ammunition and other things to deliver. And the G7 deal also talks about industrial production in Ukraine. And so this is allowing Ukraine not just to be a taker, but also to be an actor. We've seen these first ideas come through about how Ukraine could produce. It's been a major producer of weaponry in the past. How does Ukraine get back to being more self-sufficient in that way?
Fascinating, Kristine. Thank you very much for your thoughts on that. Appreciate